Hey, what's going on YouTube? Joker Stunt TCG here. I'm going to show you my Bystial Maliss Control deck profile. We went ahead and took first place at locals. It was a 49-man turnout, 6 rounds. The deck performed pretty good. It's 45 cards in the main, 13 Bystials. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but my theory is a Bystial and a Maliss is full combo, and you want to make the deck as consistent as possible, and also your traps and a few other cards or bricks. As you will see, I'm playing the Dotscaper. A lot of lists did cut a Dotscaper. I did cut it for about 2 weeks, and I decided to put it back in because I play 13 Bystials, and the deck's at 45 cards, so mathematically I should see less. So let's go ahead and jump into the deck profile. We have 3 Dormouse. We have 3 White Rabbit. We have 3 Cheshire Cat. We have the 1 Dotscaper. This guy comes to my hand at least once every match, but you know, it is what it is. It helps you play through Nib. There is, by playing 13 Bystials and playing this card, you don't need to use one of the names. So if you get nibbed, you can still go full combo, or if you do get nibbed, you can still go full combo. And if you don't get nibbed, you can still have one of these engraved. We play, well, that's it for the Maliss main deck monsters. So here is the 13 Bystials, 3 Lobelion. This guy is awesome. He searches, it's basically 3 more Magnemite. He searches any Bystial you want. It baits Ash, it baits Callby, it baits another Bystial that your opponent wants to play. The 1 Magnemite, the 3 Jerusalem, next card going on the ban list. It might go to 1, who knows. There's talk saying that the Bystial might get limited. I don't see them getting banned, but if they do get limited to 1, Maliss still plays Bystials. You play 3 Baldrake. Baldrake is really good. If you don't know the effect is you tribute a lighter dark monster you have to banish one of your opponent's extra deck monsters. So it doesn't have to summon from the extra deck. So if they summon a Maliss from Banish or Grave, you can activate and banish the link monster they summon. Baldrake is another interruption in the deck, and by playing 13 Bystials, you have more Baldrakes. You have more light or dark monsters to tribute off of Baldrake for Baldrake. You have the 3 Sarnair. I like 3 Sarnair because it gets you access to any of these Bystials. Especially it gets you access to Lobelion, which is basically 6 Lobelion, right? And Lobelion gets your whole engine going by setting or placing the regain. That's it for the Bystials. We have the 3 Ash. We have the 3 Effect Veiler. That's it for the monsters. I'm not playing Nib. The reason I'm not playing Nib is because people know how to play around Nib. They'll set up things before Nib, so if you do Nib them, they could just play through Nib. And there's many times where Nib is just dead in my hand. So by playing 13 Bystials, you kind of don't need the Nib because the Bystials give you a body, gives you an interruption, and there's a spicy tech in my extra deck that you'll see that will basically give you the upper hand versus the Blue Eyes matchup. It'll give you the upper hand versus the Ryziel matchup, and basically any matchup. You'll see the goo in the extra deck, in the side deck, or extra deck, I mean. That's it for the monsters. But don't get me wrong, Nib is a great card. If you want to play Nib. It's just personally right now, I don't really care for Nib. We played a 3 Imperm. Then the Maliss trap cards, TB11, GWC06, MTP07. We have the 3 Maliss in Underground. And then you play 3 Allure. Allure is, in this specific build, Allure is super good because you have a lot of Dark Monsters. You have the 1 Ghost Arc. You have the Terraforming. I see some lists cutting the Terraforming, but I play the Terraforming because 1, I wanted more consistency. I'm at 45 cards, so even like Terraforming and a Bystial is full combo. And also you'll see in my side deck why I play Terraforming. And then you have the 1 branded Regain, which is like branded Regain on field versus the mirror match is so much pressure. It's just really good. And then you have the 1 Triple Tactics Talons. I only play 1 because with this card you want to see it, you don't want to see it. You don't want to break on multiples in your hand. You play 3 Allures, so potentially you can draw into this card. You have the Regain draw to draw. You have the Maliss monster to draw to. You have the White Binder to give you a draw. So eventually with all the drawing, you should see this card. And then in the side deck, you'll see why I just play 1. That's it for the main deck. We'll go into the side deck. I side the 1 Bystial Detonator because we play the 3 Metaltronus Ditron. Metaltronus, not Ditron. That's a whole different deck. This card right here, if you know how to play it right, it's good against every deck in the format that is, playable. In your extra deck, if you play Griffin, that's your target for Blue Eyes, and then Effect Veiler is your target for Blue Eyes. You have the Detonator, of course, for Bystial. We have the 3 Lancia. Lancia is Lancia. It's most of the time an auto win versus a mirror match. But if you have the right hand or your opponent knows how to interact right, sometimes Lancia is not enough. And then we have the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. We have the 1 Called by the Grave. We have the 3 Crossouts. The Crossouts is for the Lancia. So going first, if it's not the mirror match, you'll side in 3 Crossout 1 Lancia. You'll do the call by. And I'm doing 2 Triple Tactics Thrust. We're doing the Thrust because I wanted another card that I could play if I do get Lancia'd. I can use to set a turn skip trap or a trap that's super impactful. And also go in first. Sometimes I would side out like 1 or not going first, going second. So I would side out like 1 field spell and like whatever other cards, and I would side in thrust. But I would keep it in terraforming. So if you break the board with like your Metaltronus or whichever way, you thrust it in terraforming, for example, or to take triple tactics. The trap card I did choose to play, which I don't think it's right now, is a D barrier. What I would consider, or what I am considered changing D barrier for, is DDG, Different Dimension Grounds, or Daruma Karma Cannon. So with Cannon, it's more versatile because you can set it versus literally any deck, and if you flip it at the right time, it's a turn skip. So that's it for the side deck. So the only change in the side deck I would make right now is taking out this D barrier for a better trap card. And now time for the extra deck. So for the extra deck, it's pretty standard except for the 1 goo. So we play the 1 Access Code, the 1 Abow. Abow is about, like, you have to do so much just to get into this Abow. You're gonna get hand trapped a lot But when you do end on it, it's really good. Do you need it? No, you don't need it. I don't think you need it. I mean, it's cheap right now, but when it first came out, it was a few dollars. But if you can't afford it, you don't need it. The firewall. So firewall is good if you get hand trapped and you have to go into the splash mage. You can end firewall, and then the trap card that would bring back your Maliss monster, which is the GWC06. And also, Firewall is a light 25 attack, so it's another target for Metatronus. For the rest, you have the Griffin. It's another target for Metatronus versus Blue Eyes. And also Griffin, it's a floodgate. Like, whichever deck can inherently make a floodgate, it's the best deck. And if your deck can make it, play it. It's no type of excuse to not play it. And also, if this card's co-link, you draw a card, you set a trap card. My combo line, throughout my combo, I would have this co-linked, and I would set back GWC06 to draw a card. This deck draws so much. If you draw the deck is crazy, because if you get drolled, you lose your draws, but you still combo off. And then we have the White Binder, the Heart Cryptor, the Red Ransom. You guys already know what those cards do. And then we have the Haggard Lizardos. Yeah, you know what this do. We have the SB Little Knight. All right, so now this card right here was potentially for my was actually for Nightmare Phoenix, but I switched it up for Cerberus because the Fire King deck that won the YCS, he was playing Chaos Hunter, and so I know a lot of people are going to be more on it. So the deck inherently, before getting Chaos Huntered, you're going to end 2 body, and then your opponent will Chaos Hunt you. So then you summon this card, you ditch your card, pop the Chaos Hunter, and then just go Bystial, Banish, full combo. You have the Splash Mage. It's the it's the backup plan. You have the IP. IP is good predominantly in this deck because if you get more Charmed, you don't want to give them draws. You just end this. You set one of your Maliss trap cards, and then during your turn, you can go White Binder to banish. You can make a Link monster, and also if you have a Bystial, you could go Heart Cryptor. So there's many things that this can do to just play around the Charmy. You have the Link Decoder. You have to play this card in your deck. This is not normal, but I do like the Link Spider. The reason I like the Link Spider is because if I get nibbed, you use the nib token, make this, and then like I said, throughout my combo specifically, I sometimes don't use one of the Maliss monsters. So if I have a Bystial in hand, I could go that way. Sometimes I don't use my normal summon. You could make Splash Mage. So you just basically need another Cyberus monster to go Splash Mage. That's the idea behind Link Spider, and it's actually came up a lot. Now, time for the goo. And shout out to the homie at Locals that pointed his goo out to me. I forgot your name, but shout out to you. It's Goblin Biker Crazy Beast. So Goblin Biker Crazy Beast is a rank 6. It takes 2 level 6. It says once per turn, quick effect. You can target one spell card on the field for cost. So target is cost. Detach 2 materials from a monster or monsters on the field. And if you do, attach that target to this card as material. Now it says detach 2 material from a monster on the field. Okay, so versus Ryzeal, you detach 2 from Detonator. So what you'll do, you'll summon this card. If you have 2 level 6 Bystials, because I play 13 Bystials, you make this card, you target their field spell, they're gonna negate, and detonator's gonna chain to pop. You detach the material, you save it. So now detonator is at one material, because they use one for the field spell and one for the pop. Sometimes the detonator might have 4 material, but the normal detonator have 3 material. And now if you go normal summon, activate your Maliss monster, they go detonator pop, you save it. So your Maliss monster stays, the effect activates, you still have this on field as material. It pushes through a lot. It's better than just sending a Druid Swarm to the grave hoping that you clear the detonator. If you're playing 13 Bystials or even 10, or a heavy Bystial count, I think you should definitely play this card, because it's not good just against Ryziel, it's good against Blue Eyes. When you summon using 2 Bystial or 2 level 6s, you activate, target one of their spells and traps to equip it. What they will do is either, if they have the Blue Eyes level 12 negate, they'll go ahead and try to negate it, that's fine. But if it resolves, you take their trap that pops. I forgot what the trap is called, but you take the trap that pops. But if they negate this effect by the blue eyes that negate a monster or a card on field effect, and then they activate the card that pops cards you control, you can attach a material and save your cards. Card is broken. Versus any matchup, this card is broken. Even versus the mirror match. You have 2 Bystials, you summon this, you target the what trap card? You target the MTP07. They have no choice. It's a force out. But that's it for the deck profile. The deck is, I've been playing this build. I worked really hard on this build. I've been playing it for quite a while. I think the right way to play Bystial or Maliss is playing heavy Bystial, Maliss control. I don't play Shifter. I don't play Dominus because I play the Lubellion. I don't play Shifter because don't get me wrong, Shifter is good, but I play 13 Bystial, and I would rather have my 6 card be a Bystial versus my 6 card be a Shifter. Or me activating Shifter and then I top deck a Shifter. But if you play Shifter, Shifter is broken. But I just think Bystials are better. So the price support was half a box. We'll go ahead and open these packs. Oh, shout out to Dwayne, The Rock, Nibiru Johnson. If you guys know me, you know this token. And this token has ended up on your field a lot. So, first pack. Alright, we got the Sinful Spoil Awaken. Second pack. Alright, so we got the Test Tiger. Hey, shout out to Gladiator Beast, the original GB deck. Watch out for this deck, you might get pushed in. Third pack, you got Tanari Thunder. Fourth pack, so I should be getting a secret in here too. And 2 ultras, so we'll see how good. Hey, shout out to this card right here. This card right here is broken. You just gotta know how to use it. And especially when the White Force, Whitewood gets its full support, this card is crazy. Also, if you're playing Super Poly, you can Super Poly the Blue Eyes board and summon this card. It takes 1 Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link monster, and 1 Spellcaster. Think about it. Fifth pack. Hey, we pulled a what? Let's go. We pulled a Mia. What? How you say it? Mia Wool? Mo Charming Mia Mole? I'm sorry, don't butcher me. I just don't know how to say it. Let's go. We plussed. Alright, so now we get 1 more Ultra, hopefully. Hey, but we might get a QCR. Who knows? The Tenyi Infernity. You got the Ripple Bird. 2 level 1. Shout out to the new level 1 archetype coming out. You have... Alright, so the second Ultra is Fiendsmith Rextermide. That's cool. That's cool. You got the Aggro Star. Hey, watch out for Aggro Star now. They're 1 card away from being broken. You got the Ryziel support. You got the Dog Contract. You got the Speedroy support. So we got a new cross-out target right here. All I need is 1, so we good. Y'all ain't Molcharmy Meowmalding me anymore. Hey, and shout out to John, man. John gave me the Juice Worm when they shot up to like 25, so I didn't have to invest anything in the Juice Worm. Shout out to all the guys that I playtest with, all the homies at locals. More to come. It's my first deck profile on my channel. It's gonna get better. Show love and support. And hey, we plussed.